All right, so today we're gonna try something new. I'm gonna try a new camera. We'll start making sure everything's in focus, and open my Red Bull and get the day started. But we're not actually going over the trestle. I'm just kidding. Yes, we are. So I'm going to show you what's new and what's going on. And basically, we took a ride down to the old club site yesterday and rescued everything that needed to be rescued, because there was a couple of things abandoned. And growing up in the club ever since it started, since the first days that track was even laid on the ground there, I've been a part of it. My father built the only bridge that goes across one gully, I'll call it a gully, at the railroad site. Well, basically what I'm just trying to say is that my family's always been a part of this club site. So it was fitting that we were there for the beginning of it, we'd be there for the end of it. But because of that, we also got to rescue a couple items and add them to our railroad. Now, one of them is, I remember watching Bernie spend, I don't know how many tries trying to get all these boards on without them falling apart. But what it is we'll come into view in a second here, is water tower. So we inherited this water tower, and it was funny watching Bernie try to get that thing to be in one piece, because if you've ever assembled a barrel before, you'll understand. If you haven't and you don't have specialty tools to do it, oh man, are you in for a treat. So we got the water tower, and we got about, I don't know, 70 feet of rail, some assembled, some unassembled. Well, I am including the third rail, because obviously we don't need those, because the rest of our railroad's all 7 1/4 inch gauge and not, you know, 5 3/4 or whatever it is. So we'll pull all the middle rails off and we'll get to use those. But we got a diamond, and there's not really it's not a good, I don't want to splice it into where I'm building the diamond on the other end of the railroad. So I decided this would be a good spot, because what we could do is we can have a house line going to the back door for everything that comes from the garden yearly, if it's, whether it's tomatoes or these tall red and green plants. Can't remember what they're called, but if you don't bring them in, then the roots die, because they're not meant to be in the cold climate that we have around here in the winter. So we always, you know, dig most of them out and move them to the basement to keep them from dying. So that's the first two things we got. And on top of that, there's a good handful of small things, and you know, but you don't know actually, so we're gonna show you. We'll take a little ride to the basically to the parking lot, front parking lot, and we'll show you what's in the rest of it. And we'll show you, so on our way to the front parking lot where the trailer is, we're gonna show you what we came home with, or the rest of what we came home with. So what we've got here is a trailer with a lift on it and the rail. So like I said, about 70 feet of rail, It's there's a couple curve sections in there, pretty wide curve though. So we're thinking about using it for the second bridge that's going in down there, and have the thicker gauge rail on the bridge, which will make sense, I think. But what we got here is this is a lift that was used and will be used again to get visiting locomotives out of the back of trucks and vehicles, whatever you bring, trailer. Basically, it's adjustable from, you know, maybe a foot over ground level, and it'll come all the way up here, about 6 feet almost. It's just on a cable system, and there's a steel deck under here somewhere. It's not this one, it's the one under the middle there, if you can see it. But that goes on the 4 cables on the corner. Obviously this thing's sideways, you know, that way you can get engines out of the back of a truck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I never actually measured it, but it's about 6 feet long. So that'll go out here on a cement pad, and we'll have a spur that runs into the yard line, so that way you can get your engine from your truck out front here in the driveway all the way over to our turntable and our steaming bays. Now, which leads me to the last thing that we got, which is they left behind the steaming bays and the turntable. So we took the steaming bays with us because the turntable is a little bit too big for us to move. But all in all, I'm really excited about what we got. And I hope you enjoyed the update. And thanks for watching, and we'll take a little bit more video as we go along and unpack it and show you what we're going to do with it, where it's going to go. Although the steaming bays, you know, steaming bays, the lift, you know where it's going to go, but as we install them, we'll bring you along with us. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little update today on the Brett Brook Railroad. I hope you follow along, like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, do all the things. Have a great day.